All right, we are live. This is CWHipHop.com's podcast. Co-host here, we got PriZm, your host DJ Bank, and we got guest Jedimiiz.
Yeah.
Jedimiiz. All right, yeah, I was saying it wrong, so we got to make sure we correct the record here.
Yeah.
So where'd you get the name from?
My uncle actually gave me the nickname. So it's a family nickname that I just kind of brought into rap, and I was like, I did have a funny name when I first started rapping. I'm not gonna say it.
No.
It'll be like one of those things if people find out what it was. Then
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
But
All right, that's fair. Got a little rabbit hole to find.
Yeah.
All right. Doesn't I guess? How did he give you the nickname? Was there anything that was like? He just was like one day like that was it, or like did something you were into as a kid, or?
So living in California, we lived around a lot of Hispanic people, and in Spanish my name is Jedimiiz, and so he would always try to say it in Spanish, but he never could. So Jedimiiz is what came of that.
Jedimiiz. Okay. So originally from California.
Yeah.
Okay. So
San Diego.
San Diego. Okay. How long did you live there for before you moved here?
Like 13 years. So yeah, a little bit. Basically half my life. I mean, not my adult life, but
The growing up part. You got the nice weather down there.
Yeah.
I'm kind of jealous. I wish I had that as a kid. Like we had winters every year. It was just rough.
Winter's fun though. The snow is fun.
I wish I could
to
visit.
an extent.
I wish I could
Right.
visit and then like go back home to like
Yeah.
California or somewhere where there's not snow. But I mean, it is what it is.
I do miss it sometimes, but
Yeah. Well, so what brought you to Wisconsin then?
it was a family move. Yeah, basically California wasn't really the move back then, so we came out to Wisco with my other family that's here. My uncles and my aunts, some cousins. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it all them there? Do you still have family over in California?
oh yeah, I definitely have. I have a lot of family in California. Actually, I would say like probably over half my family
Oh,
still
okay.
in California, but we're all over the place.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's nice. You got places to stay when you want to
Yeah,
travel.
yeah, exactly.
So you recently released a project, Divinity 2.
Yeah.
And it was under a different Spotify page, right? Like
Mhm.
there's only one eye instead of two, I guess.
Right.
Were you thinking about switching, or
Switching as in
like just dropping one of the eyes, or why did you make a second page? Or I was
so
always curious about that.
yeah, no, someone else asked me about that as well, and it was actually kind of just a thought that I had. It was like, I kind of want to see how this will turn out, because I have Jedimiiz with the two eyes, but I was like, since that name is pretty much mine, like there's no other Jedimiiz's out there, I was like, I could switch up and have this page just for like albums and like bigger projects, and then have the page with the two eyes just be like singles. And so that's kind of how I have it laid out right now.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to continue to have it like that, but we'll see.
Yeah. So Divinity 2 is under the one eye. Can you kind of tell us about the project? Like, what was your thought on it? I like the cover art for it.
Oh,
it's just kind of like almost a blissful euphoria, kind of like what I would think of all the colors, the clouds.
Yeah. So Divinity 2, honestly, it was mainly just a project that there were a lot of beats that I liked, and I wanted to put them all together, and I wanted to put out an EP, and so that's how that came about. I just kind of made it and put it out.
How long did it take you to like think of the idea of like I want to make a project, to writing it, to putting it out? How long did that take?
Well, I always had the thought of making it, because I've worked on like singles in the past, and like I was kind of think I need to get away from singles and put out an actual project. And so that process took like, I don't know, maybe like a week to actually decide, okay, I'm gonna do this. And then just like writing and everything, that didn't really take too long. It was like, I can't even really give a time frame on that, but the whole process of putting the project out is what took the most amount of time.
Okay.
So
Okay.
which I don't have a time frame on that.
Don't have
either.
it was kind of as you got time on it.
Right.
Yeah, I really liked Coco A and Rebel With Me. I think those were two of my favorite ones off of that one.
Thank you.
I added those to my playlist.
Why those, if you don't mind me asking?
I guess Rebel With Me was just a feeling I had at the time, and I connected with it. And then Coco A, I just kind of felt like just the way you were saying the Coco A with the beat, like it kind of was soothed over. I was like, oh, okay, I really vibe with this one. So that, yeah, just kind of a feeling I have with it. I just connected them at the time, but
that's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here. It was actually like when I made Rebel with Me, I was I'm not gonna say I was in like a dark place, but I was like, I don't know, kind of just figuring things out, and I guess I was feeling that rebellious type of vibe, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
that's how I can relate to how you were feeling it, with how you relate to the song.
Yeah, no, it was definitely. I saw you put it out, and I was like, no way, he just put this out. This is too good. Like it's like, did you do it in your house, or did you go to a studio, or?
Yeah, I produced it in my house.
In your house, okay,
yeah.
So home setup.
Mm-hmm.
Do you mix it all yourself, or do you have somebody you work with?
Trying to think. On that project, I think I mixed everything. I mastered it,
nice.
And then I sent it out for master as well. So
yeah, that's pretty impressive, because
Thanks,
PriZm makes all of our mixing projects. I try dabbling a little bit. I'm all right, but I'm more the radio guy. He's more the mixing stuff for that. But
I mean, I love mixing.
Yeah, and you're pretty good at it. So I mean, I'm not gonna take that away from you.
You have your little tricks that you know better than me on there too. But like,
I know what you're doing, so that kind of helps when I'm like watching you do it. I'm like, why are you doing that? And then I'm like, do this instead, or like, oh, okay, now I know why you do that way.
Yeah, you do usually help me when I'm doing that too. It's not like I'm doing it completely by myself, but yeah.
Yeah,
that's dope that you have like that immediate feedback. Yeah. I wish I had that. Like,
it is pretty nice, because
super convenient. Sorry.
Sometimes I make a song myself and I'll listen to it. I'm like, yeah, this is it. And he comes over and he's like, no, change this. What are you doing? I'm like, okay, yeah. If you were here, I would have known. I didn't just spend 2 hours mixing this thing for nothing.
Well, and a lot of times, like, you have the right idea with what you're trying to do. You either like overuse an effect or completely underuse it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it's just little tips. You'll get there too.
I think I've only been doing it a year. You're about 2 years.
2 years now.
How long have you been making music, you said?
This is going on my 8th year.
8th year. Yeah. Okay. So 8 years serious, or like you made your first song 8 years ago and like we're playing with it, I guess?
So I mean, I started like writing and recording 8 years ago. I started mixing, like really getting serious about mixing, I think in 2016. So
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, going on 5 years now. Yeah, that's something like quite a long time.
I mean, it shows in his music though. Like, your stuff is really good. It sounds professional.
Thanks.
So
yeah. So you went under a different name. Obviously, you don't want to share it. Is that where all of your other music is, or did you use other aliases? Because it just looks like your discography is short for 8 years.
Right.
Or a lot of stuff in the vault, things like that. You're never gonna put out.
Yeah, I do have quite a bit of stuff in the vault that I haven't put out, and there's a lot of stuff that I took down like right away because I was like, I mean, I like the song, but the mixing just wasn't good enough. So those are tracks that I kind of just want to revisit. But under the other name, there aren't a lot of tracks under that name because I pulled all of them. And brought them with me, you know.
Yeah. But I know I got a couple that I want to pull at least from SoundCloud, because my first song is so bad.
Although, dude, it's nice to go back and like look where you started.
Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, even my jump from my first 3 songs, like my first one was recorded on a gaming headset. And was
I remember that.
Horrible. And then my second one, it was recorded on that mic, but I did no mixing on it, and like no leveling or anything like that. So it was just raw vocals. And then by my third one, I started mixing, and it started to actually have a decent sound to it. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, by your third song, I was like, okay, I can listen to this. But I think it's nice to have it on the internet. So it's like if you lose that file, you know it's there somewhere. You can make it private or something.
True.
That's a
I
very
can
good
make
point.
it private.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, because I might do that.
Very good point.
So we were talking beforehand. You said you had lost the files for the project.
Yeah.
You mind sharing about that a bit? Because I'm just kind of curious what had happened. Because I think I know a way to help save it for you.
Right.
But yeah, I'm just.
Yeah. So basically, I had to reset my computer, but I did a backup. Mm-hmm. I thought I did a backup. I thought I did a backup, and I went to like pull one of my old songs off the hard drive, and it was not on there. Nothing was on there from the most recent backup that I did. And I was like, okay, well, let me just check and see if like this song is on there. None of it. And so I lost a lot of songs, but somehow I think I emailed some songs to some people, and I still kind of have that file. But yeah, that's how I lost everything.
How did you feel when you first noticed the song gone? Was it like a white kind of rush?
I was like, oh snap. Mainly, I was just thinking like, dang, my manager's not really gonna be vibing with this, because I had just told him like, yeah, I got all these songs that I'm about to send you, and we can work on them. And then like, I had a hard time telling him, to be honest. Like, I sat on it for like 2 days. So I was like, I don't know what to say, but he's pretty chill. So.
Okay.
Okay, so you said you got it mastered by someone else too. Mm-hmm. Could you hit them up, see if they still have the files?
I did do that actually, but it's so old, like the stuff is so old. Well, not Divinity stuff, but the other stuff. I mean, the Divinity stuff, I think I can pull off of like TuneCore, because I uploaded everything to TuneCore, and they have the files there. So I think I can download it, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to see.
If not to, I know there's a way we can pull songs straight off of Spotify through programs. So maybe
really?
I'll talk to you a bit after that. We kind of didn't have much time beforehand to talk about it, but I'll definitely show you that, because I have that program. It's I think it'd be useful for this. I mean, you might get an MP3 version of it, but still, at least you have it there.
Well, yeah, anything's better than nothing.
True. Yeah, I was gonna say if we can't get it, maybe we'll get a poster, because we were gonna do a giveaway for it, a signed copy of it. It's what it is. Life happens, but we'll make sure something works for it, so we can still give it away, because I want to make sure we still promote your music to get it out there for people. Because honestly, the scene around here, we were just talking to JD a little bit yesterday. It's like there's nothing here, so we got to build it from the ground up. And then the only way to do that is get people interested of like, oh, something free, I want to share it. And then they share it, their friend sees it, and now they have music they can listen to and like give some spotlight to it all. But
I vibe with that.
Yeah.
Well, and you clearly love it, otherwise you wouldn't have been doing it so long.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
And
you showed up
as
here.
I said earlier too, it shows in your work as well. Like, shit sounds good.
Effort. There's definitely effort put into it, we can tell. So what kind of made you start making music? Was it just like a release, or just an activity you did with a friend at first, or?
Yeah, so my older brother, he has been making music for a long time, but I don't want to say he's not as serious as I am, but he's kind of not. Sorry, Jeffrey. But no, like he was always like, yo, you should come get on this track with me, like back in the day. And I was like, nah, I don't really want to, because I was so into sports. Like, that's really all I thought about, or like video games. And he was like, yo, you should record with me. And I was like, one day I was like, okay, I will, I guess. So I wrote some lyrics, and he was like, yo, that's dope. And like, he kind of hyped me up and everything, even though like my lyrics and my delivery, everything was trash. Like, but it was fun. It was fun. Like, I enjoyed the process. I enjoyed like the whole mixing and just kind of doing something that was productive, and hanging out with my brother, of course. So he got me into everything, and I don't know, I just kind of wanted to master the craft. I mean, I still haven't mastered it, obviously, but
Everything takes time, and just keep going, and eventually you don't even have to master it as long as you're enjoying it, and if people enjoy it. I mean, if it's not mastered, it's whatever.
That's true.
Do you remember the setup at all? What, like, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, can you kind of describe it, like where you started in it?
I'm trying to think about what microphone we were using. We had, I think it was like a rock band microphone.
I've seen a lot of people start with them.
Yeah. We hung it from the ceiling, I think, and I still use the same program that we recorded on, like the same DAW or whatever. Mm-hmm. And but yeah, that's how we started. We just got going like that, and then like once I got more serious, I got my own microphone, of course, and it was, you know, a little tripod Audio Technica or something like that. But yeah,
it's kind of cool that your brother started. I mean, PriZm started it with me, so it was like a friend, but it's cool that he had a family member. Actually, I have an uncle of mine who does it too, so I'm like kind of getting on his butt to like, he kind of did the less, I'm not as serious with it, but I'm like, dude, you're halfway decent, let's keep doing it, like get back into it. I know you like it.
He's
got life going on. But he's got life going on. I mean, he's got a girl, new job, living on his own. I mean, it happens. But
For sure.
other than like obviously the music you make is more hip hop, R&B, I would say. Do you listen to that, or what other kind of musics do you like to listen to?
I listen to a lot. I listen to classical. I listen to hip hop, of course, R&B, rock, alternative. Just really anything that I vibe with, anything that sounds good, or anything that just is interesting to me. In terms of not just the song and like the lyrics and everything, but the mixing. Like lately it's been a lot about the mixing because that's what I'm going to school for. And
you're going to school for it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
For music production.
Really? Where are you going to?
I'm enrolled in Full Sail.
Okay.
I'm in my like second course right now.
Nice.
But
so yeah, kind of mixing is more your thing right now. Do you listen to any music to listen for the mixing and like get inspiration?
yes. Basically all the music I listen to now, I'm just listening to like how they mixed it, trying to pick up like what they did, like the effects, compression, all that, and I just learn from it and enjoy it, of course.
Yeah.
It's like, dang, I'm always looking up like who mixed the track now too.
Oh,
like,
really?
Who are
Okay.
the engineers behind this track, so I can like look at their processes, see if they're on YouTube or anything like that.
Yeah, me and Ty have been doing that.
Really?
We'll just chill in his bed and watch TV, and he'll throw up YouTube, and we'll watch that for hours just to get new ideas for mixing. That's why I think I've been actually taking steps up.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm
Helps
out
a
now.
lot.
I'm not doing any of that. Have you been successful in finding somebody that you like as like a audio engineer? I don't even know much of like who there is, but is there somebody like this is somebody who I like want to watch and like see more of what they do?
There's not really one mixing engineer in particular. I kind of just bounce around and watch. There are some that I don't like. I will say that.
Okay.
Like just because of how they treat other people. That's really big for me. But yeah, I mean, I've watched like Dave Pensado, 40, Leslie Brathwaite, or is it Braithwaite? One of those. But
Okay.
yeah, there are a lot of engineers that I really like to watch and learn a lot from.
Yeah. Have you really taken it up since you've done that, or like has it shown out like you're like, oh, I learned this trick at all? Have you had any? This is what I'm looking for.
Has he incorporated it in?
Any incorporated into like the songs that you've made? Yeah.
I have actually the song Rockstar by DaBaby and Roddy Ricch. I forgot the name of their engineer for that track. Actually, there were several people that worked on the mixing, but there was a certain effect like in the beginning, when it's like, I'm not going to do it because I can't do it.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Like the very beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The vocals in the beginning where he's going up and down with his... Yeah. Okay.
Like the panning, however they did the panning and just like to get it upwards, and like I don't even know how to explain it really. I tried to imitate that, or like I don't want to say imitate, but like I don't know, I guess that would be the
Try
word.
yourself.
Yeah.
I came close. It's not exactly like theirs because I think I need to learn a little bit more, but it's kind of like that. I think I did it on the track Dragon Flame that I sent you guys.
Oh yeah, I think we're gonna be playing that on today's live show.
Oh okay.
Yeah, we're playing all of your music. So whatever you sent us, we got it. So yeah.
I gotta update you guys.
For sure. Any music, dude. Honestly, it's the one thing. Like right now, I'm trying to like work with artists. Is like as soon as you make a song, send it to me because I will push it for you. Like we'll put it on there, all social medias. Right now, I think our Instagram's at like 200 people. Organic, like it's not like we're paying for it. So it's like these are people who are looking at it and all that. So it's just like send it in because we'll definitely play it. We'll get you plays and make sure your music's heard.
That's what's up.
Who do you have as like your biggest influence in music? Like anybody you listened to growing up that you're kind of think you like I sound kind of similar to their style, or somebody said you do?
Well, to start, just like influences, I would say just some of the greats, of course, like Kendrick Lamar was someone I still really look up to him and how he creates his lyrics and like his whole process and just who he is as a person. I forgot what else I was gonna say. I had a lot, but then I started thinking like about this interview that I saw Kendrick Lamar in, but
I watched a lot of those. Yeah. When To Pimp a Butterfly came out, I watched every interview on that because I was like, I want to dissect this album. This is such a good album. I didn't realize too, High Power, his first single off of I think it was Section 80.
Yeah.
That the depth in that song, like the 3 eyes, what they all stand for. Like I got it all right here. Like just it's like a religion.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I got notes all like I got the freshman 2010s to 2020 list. We're gonna be talking about stuff like that.
That's dope.
Yeah, he has like a religion around that song of like just how to treat people and like how he wants to see the vision of the world. And it was like, that was your first single. Like that's where you're starting with. Okay, respect. I definitely respect that. Right. This kind of leads into another question I had. If Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole dropped on the same day, who's the first one you listening to, second, third?
Drake. Yeah.
Drake first? Really?
Okay.
Okay.
That's someone else I really, I would say, admire. He's probably the number one, to be honest, because I think he is similar to me in the way that he portrays himself. Like he doesn't just stick to one like type of song or like one type of vibe, and in his music videos he's doing like different things, he's playing different roles, and that's kind of who I am on the inside. I just haven't gotten to the point where I'm putting myself out there in music videos, but yeah, I really think I would choose Drake for that one.
Okay.
J. Cole next, and then
J. Cole
Kendrick.
next.
Yeah.
Okay. When you said roles, what do you mean there in music videos?
So have you seen the music video for what is that song with Future?
Oh, I know what you're talking
Working
about.
on a weekend, like you.
Oh, is that the mechanic one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you mean, like
Mechanic,
different characters.
Yeah, different characters.
Garbage Man, fast
Oh,
food restaurant
yeah.
employee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the name of that song? Life is good.
Life is good.
Yeah.
What the heck? Sorry, Drake.
Oh, that's that Future verse where he's like,
Mm-hmm.
yep, okay. All right.
Yeah, so I just really like acting. I kind of want to get into acting eventually, and so that's what I mean by like different roles. But yeah,
I really like that idea because honestly, what's better to start acting than in music videos? They're short 3-minute movies, so music that you make to it, that'd be perfect, dude.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of like that. We're talking about trying to get started with some music videos around here just because there's a lack of it.
Right.
We have a buddy who's going to school for it. I know a guy in Appleton. I think there's at least one other person around here, but it's definitely something that's missing. But that'd be a lot of fun to do more music videos because there's a lot of music to do it for.
Oh, yeah.
It's just getting the people involved and actually committing to it, but maybe another layer to all the music scene around here is like get some visuals for it all. You said you played sports growing up. I just wrote that down. What did you all play?
So are you talking like when I got here or when like I was in California? Just
Whatever, the whole thing. Yeah, what'd you play?
Okay, so like in California, I played a lot of basketball with my older brother. That's kind of how I got into playing basketball. Trying to think, I played football a lot too in California. I didn't play on any teams, basketball or football, because it was too expensive. But when I got here, I kept playing basketball and I kept playing football, and I played on the Neilsville team.
Oh, okay.
That was my first team that I ever played on. It was so fun, so much fun. Shout out to Neilsville. But yeah, so then I got into track as well once I moved to Marshfield, and then in Marshfield I kept playing basketball. I got cut at like the JV level because I sucked at dribbling. I was pissed, bro. I was like, no, I don't suck. But no, looking back, I definitely did. I played football until my junior year as well. And I didn't get cut from that. They wanted me to play varsity, but I wanted to focus on track. And so track just kind of throughout the rest of my life, or like up to now even, I just focused on that. I ran in college, and yeah, those are all the sports I did. But I took track the most serious.
Okay.
So,
what events did you do?
Yeah.
The main events that I did were, what did I do? I did triple jump, long jump, and then the 400. Those were like the main three that I like, focused on. But I also did like short distance relays.
Okay.
Oh,
stuff
okay.
like that.
Okay. I didn't do any of the tracks. You did,
Yeah,
right?
I did track. I was a long distance runner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did mile, 2 mile, 800 and 400.
It's crazy.
Like, yeah, at 800, I'm good. Like
800. Oh my God, those killed.
geez.
Those sucked. But
That's 2 laps, right? 2
Yeah.
laps around the track. Yeah.
the 400 was probably my favorite, just because like it stung fast.
Yeah, it's so killer though.
Yeah,
like,
it's an
I don't
adrenaline
understand.
rush.
Yeah, it is.
It's such an adrenaline rush.
It really is, man. Like, just thinking back to it, there was one time I almost peed on myself. Don't tell anybody that.
Oh.
No.
There was one time where I had to go, not pee, but the other one
Oh,
real bad, and so I got done and I instantly ran to the porta potty.
That's hilarious. Man, yeah, there's some crazy memories that come from track, just from those and just like meeting different people, you know, fun times.
Yeah, I heard track was fun for meeting people at other schools because there was so much time between the events that you did that you could really socialize. I did soccer, so I mean it was just another team, but I kind of wish I would have did the whole track thing just to get that social aspect of it. But I was trying to think. Well, that's all the questions we have written down. PriZm, do you have any that you wanted to ask while you're here? I can think of some, but
Not off the top.
have you done any concerts around here or any shows or anything like that?
I have done a few shows in Marshfield at the Chestnut Center.
Okay.
My latest one was like maybe a couple years ago. Yeah, a couple years ago, I think. At the new little platform that they built. And so, yeah. But I really want to expand to like here, Stevens Point, just like the surrounding cities.
Yeah.
Maybe even Milwaukee.
Honestly, I think that's one of the next ones where I think we can try and reach out to Milwaukee and say, hey, we got a bunch of artists up here. We're thinking about coming down. Can we get a show lined up so that way we can get some exposure down there?
That'd be cool.
We have Breaking and Entering Radio down in Milwaukee. They play hip hop from the city there, so I was thinking about maybe hitting them up saying, hey, we're going to be in town this up week. Can you play some of our music just as like a preview for your city?
So can you explain a little bit more about Breaking and Entering? Because I see it sometimes, but I'm like...
Yeah, it's a radio station, similar to what we're doing.
Okay.
They do it on Twitch, I think earlier in the week, and then they put it out they give it to us. They give it to a bunch of radio stations around the country as well as around the world. I think they said they're over 30 countries right now. They're played literally every hour at some point during the day somewhere. So they really got to reach. They also, I heard one week, they give music to the Milwaukee Bucks. They have the largest collection of edited versions of music from Milwaukee. So they hit them up. So I was like, that's a huge connection.
Heck yeah.
They have 2 guests similar to what we do. Sometimes they have a third. They do a weekly interview through a rap phone is what they call it, and they interview people from Milwaukee, also people from around the country who do stuff in hip hop related. It's kind of an interesting show. They're kind of funny. 2 dudes just in hip hop scene. I think they said for like most of their life. They're just kind of in the middle of it all. They run a blog actually called Breaking and Entering, and since COVID hit is when they started the radio show.
Gotcha.
So it's fairly new. It's about the same age as ours is, but they've been doing it. They sound so professional with it because they've just been talking so long. So it is entertaining to listen to. We play them Fridays 6 to 8 p.m. and then Saturday 10 to noon.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just another show we have on the station to fill some of that time because we have 6.5 or 5.5 hours worth of music, but after a while you're like, okay, it only isn't so long. So it's like if you have other things on there, we're just trying to drive like the traffic there so people like know the name and like where to listen to the local music around here.
Cool.
Yeah, we also have the Wisconsin Music Podcast. Have you seen that at all?
I think I've only been on the site.
Okay.
And like tuned in live.
If you haven't reached out to him, I would suggest it because I know he's looking for guests. Good exposure though for it because then you have a podcast again on there to a whole other market of people that haven't heard your stuff. He played all around the country. A bunch of people listen in different states, so it kind of is like the focus on Wisconsin music that people have been coming to. He's kind of new with it too, with COVID starting up, but he's really grown it. And I did the interview, I think December or so, and then put that on there. So it was a good interview. He's really professional about it all, and definitely worth it.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I need to get you on there too, PriZm.
What?
The Wisconsin Music Podcast.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
get you on for an interview, get you some exposure for your music.
Wisconsin
True.
Music Podcast.
Yeah.
Especially with new stuff.
If you go to CW Hip Hop, they're all over the place. We share it every week, so I mean, yeah, you'll be able to find the links there.
Yeah.
What else here? Do you want to do some topics? I got a couple written down. Okay. So this one, being that you said Drake is your number one, he's going to be the first artist in history to debut on the Hot 100's playlist at number 1 and number 2 in the same week.
He is?
He is.
Can you say that again?
Yeah. Drake will become the first artist in history to debut at the number 1 and number 2 spot in the Hot 100.
Dang.
Yeah, so that was kind of like, all right, props. Yeah, you are probably king at this right now. Like, I don't think anybody's stopping you yet if they can't do that.
He's really good. He's very talented.
Did you ever watch him on Degrassi growing up?
I did watch it.
Did they ever show it in school?
A touch of Degrassi.
Okay.
Way back.
They used to play it for us in school all the time. Like,
Really?
we had like a homeroom. Yeah. I don't know why, but they did. Also, too, you have your music on Spotify. If you guys want to go listen to his songs, you can go to CWHipHop.com or type in Spotify CWHipHop. We have a playlist of all the songs that are on Spotify. You can add them right into your playlist from there. Let's see what else we got here.
I think we're playing the new song too today.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Self-plug. Shameless.
Shameless. It's our station. We can do it. I know I mentioned this to you. Did you bring a song for Remember That Song segment?
Oh.
All right, I'm going with no. We'll skip that one.
Ooh, I forgot to as well.
I know. You always do. Did you see Bobby Shmurda got his hat back?
No, did he?
He did. It was the exact same one.
Jesus.
All right, here's one. So you kind of said Drake was like your favorite. I don't know if this will also be your answer for it, but who do you think is the most influential person in hip hop? And I'm just gonna leave that at period.
Most influential person in hip hop.
Yeah, I gotta think about this for a second. I got a couple answers actually.
Honestly, I'm not sure. There's
sure?
just too many people that I think have contributed a lot to hip hop.
Yeah, I think there's
say one person.
There's so many different sounds. So like
it's true.
You can get inspiration from like 5 different people, and
yeah,
I don't know.
It's hard to narrow one down. I think open that up to more. I'm gonna just pick 2 off the top of my head. I think Jay-Z for lyrical, and then because he wrote, I think it's Still Dre for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. He wrote both verses.
Yeah, he did.
So I mean, just off that, I mean, I can imagine what else he ghost wrote. And then for beats, I'm gonna say Kanye West because
I was actually thinking that.
Okay, yeah, Kanye West. I think he's made so many songs for so many artists. I didn't even realize, like Alicia Keys, he made a song for her. I think. Know that. Oh, maybe I'm thinking that. I'm so deep in this. Like, I think that might have been Drake that I'm thinking about. He wrote the lyrics for Alicia Keys songs about Nicki Minaj, actually. We'll talk about that another week. But yeah, so I'm gonna say those 2. Who would you pick, Tupac or Biggie?
I mean, obviously I have respect for both of them.
Oh, of course.
And what they did, but I grew up on Tupac. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I actually I don't really remember hearing too much Biggie when I was in California. I think when I got here is when I first kind of like started hearing his sound, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, it would make sense.
Yeah.
I think when you're looking back at the history, why you probably only heard one versus the other over there.
Right.
But yeah, I would say probably personally I like Biggie over Tupac, but I definitely love some of Tupac's. He's got some jams that I like to listen to, like California Love. Oh yeah. Oh. I didn't realize there were 2 versions of that song. There's a Def Jam and then Death Row and then another one that he did. And the most common one we hear is not the Death Row one, so
it's the more recent one, ain't it?
I think so. Like it came out, yeah. But I want to go listen to both. I just found that out last night. I haven't even looked into it.
I just found it out right now.
Yeah, you bring it. Breaking news. Let's see here.
Who would you pick?
Yeah, we skipped you.
I don't know. It's one that like I always see people are like, which one? And I can't necessarily choose. I like a lot from both of them. I like Biggie more for his like his sound.
Flow. Yeah, his flow and sound.
But I like Tupac more for his lyrics.
Lyrics and messages. Yeah, I definitely think that's how I think I'd break them down.
I
split
feel
them
that.
up.
I feel that.
So like, yeah, it's hard to choose. I don't know.
Do you know much about hip hop groups? Like obviously there's who do we got? Dreamville. Then there's trying to think. Wow, put me on the spot myself. So yeah, like Dreamville. Then there's who's Kendrick Lamar's?
Top Dog.
Top Dog. Yeah. So like of those, like, do you have a favorite group you like to listen to? Or like a roster, I guess you could call it.
Not really.
Not really?
Nah.
You just kind of keep it all broad and open.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, I did want to sign to Top Dog for the longest time just because of Kendrick Lamar, but
Who didn't?
I don't.
I really like Kendrick Lamar and Schoolboy. I think those are
Okay.
okay. But I also like a lot of the Black Hippie stuff when they're all on there.
Black Hippie.
Yeah, it's when you have Schoolboy Q, Kendrick Lamar, who's the other guy who sings Win? J-Rock, and then Absol.
Oh yeah, I
That
really
group-
like Absol too.
Absol is
Yeah.
True.
when they're all four together, they're called Black Hippie.
Okay.
So if you ever hear that, that's who that is.
Got you.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
No? Oh, okay. Well, you guys know the mixing. I got the background knowledge.
Right.
Oh, yeah, we're about 36 minutes in.
Nice.
I don't know what else to talk about. You kind of went through some stuff. I didn't write too many down, so I might have to do that before the live show. Some of these I don't know if I really want to quite touch.
I got you.
Anything you want to see in the local music scene? Anything you want to make sure comes about? Do you want more artists? Do you want more shows? Do you want heard around more states more, just out of Wisconsin? What is something you want to accomplish if you were to pursue this?
Like personal goals?
Personal goals,
or just like
everything. If you want to do personal goals, or like what you would see as a community.
Okay, I'll do both. Like as a community, I think like what we're doing is good. What you guys are doing is great. Just really getting together and trying to build up the music scene in Wisconsin and just, in this area. Because I know there are a lot of people that I've worked with who make music, obviously, but just have not connected with anyone. Kind of like myself. I mean, I've connected with people, but I haven't really gotten out there, and tried to just like, I don't know, just link up with other people.
Yeah, that's one thing we noticed. There's definitely a lack of like communication between artists and like just collabing. I think with CWHipHop, since we've seen, there's been more collabs than when it started. People definitely know about other artists and they hit them up. I know we had Zildjian. He wants to do a song with you. Obviously, you both did a song.
Yeah.
Zach wants to do a song. Zach's done songs with JD. I know JD's reached out to a couple people. Like everybody's
Dom wants to do a song.
Dom wants to do songs. Everybody's kind of talking more, so it's definitely like, I think once we have more people working together, it'll be more of a network and a base that it'll be harder to get rid of. Like that's one thing I was worried about with COVID when it hit, was like, oh, now this is gonna die. How do we preserve it? Because nobody's gonna be doing shows or anything. Just make sure it stays here and stays. It was better than when COVID was done. And I think we kind of did that with making sure people are talking and people are sharing stuff now for music related. Any promotions, people like Zill, he shares our stuff, we share his.
It also seems like people have started releasing a bit more often too since we've started it, which I'm so happy about because that's just more music.
Yeah, you can never have too much.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, then just don't play it again. But if you like something, then just play it again and add it to your playlist.
That's true. It's very true. So yeah, collaboration for like community. Maybe a little bit more support too. I mean, like you said, if you don't like it, you don't have to play it. But I know personally, I support so many people in whatever they do, and I'm not like saying, okay, just because I do that, you should support me. But just because like we all live in the same community,
Yeah.
But I mean, not everybody has the same, I don't know, vision that we have.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to come by, but
it's out there.
The people who
it's hard.
really love what we're doing around here are showing face.
Right.
So I don't know, I'm seeing a lot of love come out of it, of like just being able to collaborate more and connect.
Well, I'm glad too we started the podcast because you're our I guess technically third one, because we had LF on here way in the beginning. It was awful. The mics were not good. You could hear a lawnmower going in the back.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was rough. We tried to save it, but it was
started from nothing.
We started from nothing.
God.
I think it's on SoundCloud or something. It's probably out there somewhere. But then we had Zachy P and Zill on Christmas.
That one was a little better.
Still, it was hard to hear them because it was two of them. We only had one mic for both of them. So I was like, next time we get somebody, we're gonna have 3 mics. We're gonna have the audio levels on. We're gonna figure this out because I'm done sounding like unprofessional. Like this isn't necessarily professional, but it sounds like you can listen to it.
Right.
So I definitely want to make sure we get more interviews with artists. I think once a month, just to kind of like not necessarily spread it out, but then we're just not congesting everything. Like it stays more relevant. We have more things to share and talk about, and as people release more projects, we can get them in and say, hey, we're gonna do a collab. You guys share this post. We could do a giveaway, builds promotion for the person, and then it keeps in like the front of people's minds, like, hey, there's music around here.
Right.
Then they know like, oh, let's go to a concert. Let's see where a concert is. That's one thing I really hate is like there's just bars around here. There's barely any shows. Or like if it is, it's some like duo playing the guitar or like a DJ. I'm like, I want some like original, like, not like, covers or something like that.
That's another thing too, like actual shows, especially around our area. So I would agree with that. And I do just want to give a quick shout out to everyone that has supported me. I know I touched on the people that don't really like to support, but I love you guys. If you're listening, I just want to say thank you. And yeah,
it definitely doesn't go unnoticed. I mean, even if you can't thank everybody who does, I know like if you've shared my stuff, I remember it.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I try really hard to get everybody, but I work a job, I do this, and then also personal life, like things go unmissed. But I definitely do think it's nice to have some support, and people are really starting to like see like local hip hop isn't just like a joke. There's some seriousness to it.
Exactly.
There's that stigma attached to it.
Yeah.
Where can we find you? Social medias and music and all that.
Yeah, you can find me on. I'm on Facebook. I have a Facebook page called Jedimiiz. Otherwise,
spell it out.
It's
Sorry,
spelled
spell it out.
Jedimiiz, and that's on Twitter, Instagram. What else am I on?
Facebook?
Just search anything with that name, and you'll probably find me. I'll pop up.
Where can they all stream your music? Because I know we have Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Tidal. There's a little bit on Pandora, I think. Deezer, Tencent, TikTok.
Are you on SoundCloud at all?
Oh yeah, SoundCloud.
Okay.
I don't know why I was.
It's one of those lower class, but people I realize do actually listen to SoundCloud. So I mean, if you want to go find it there, I know a lot of the artists have it on there, but not everybody does. Some are still on like Facebook. I'm like, who shares their music to only Facebook?
I mean, a couple of
I don't even know how to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. They just uploaded a video or something of it in the background of the picture, but yeah, we'll definitely have you back. I mean, once you get more projects out, we want to make sure this is like one of the places you hit up when you do a tour on your projects. We need to make sure with artists that we have more of a routine for once music is coming up, like we push it so people know and then plays, because you push it once and then you get 100 plays or 1,000 plays and it's like, oh cool, but then nobody ever shares it after that. So
right.
Yeah, and then I know next time too we'll be in a different place.
Yes.
You're
the last one here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're about to move into a little studio space we're gonna rent out. So.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Yeah. We're making moves here. It's pain in the ass sometimes, but we're still pushing on. It'll be nice. I'm excited for it because we're gonna have a nice big desk. We'll all be kind of like facing each other, so there's not this weird triangle thing going on.
We'll have 3 or 4 chairs.
3 or 4 chairs.
I didn't even realize what you were
I'm
sitting
on 2
at, bro.
stacked beanbags.
Like it seriously just occurred to me, like.
We got 2 stacked beanbag chairs, an old chair, and then wires running everywhere. Like it's set up just enough, but yeah. We'll our next interview we're hoping is gonna be in that room. We're gonna be taking all of the soundproofing off of there, moving it over there, so then it's like got a setup. But yeah, more to come on that. So once that's done, we'll invite you over there and show you that all out.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, thank you.
Also, once it's set up too, like you can come and record there and that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, if you don't want to invite somebody over to your house and want to meet up with them, we'll have a place off of some person's property, because that's one thing is like I don't like inviting people to my house here.
Exactly.
But you just gotta vet them and just but
For sure.
But yeah,
I did have a couple things.
Yeah, go ahead. We got time.
I am gonna be coming out with a mixtape this spring. It's gonna be later in the spring.
okay.
Okay.
I'm working on it right now. I'm working on like all sides of it. I'm hoping that there's gonna be a lot of visuals, like music videos and just other visuals to go with it. But it's something I'm really excited for because it's just like I want it to be all new stuff if possible, and maybe just a few things from the vault. But yeah, I got that coming out, and then I'm gonna be dropping an album over the summer.
Okay.
So just a couple things to look for. I don't have
All right.
names yet.
Nothing. Yeah, just hinting it.
No names. But
Exclusive here, people.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Yeah, we'll definitely be promoting that when it comes out. Let everybody know where to find it when it does drop and where to pre-save. Do you do pre-saves?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just getting into learning how to do all that. So
Perfect. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Awesome. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at CWHipHop, CWHipHop.com to find all of the links to Jedimiiz,
Yes.
Jedimiiz's songs, and view the image of him. We have an artist gallery on there as well, so you can put a face to the music. Anything you want to add before we're done with the podcast?
Probably just my thank yous, my shout outs.
Yeah, do that.
I want to say thank you to, first off, God. Can't do anything without him. My mom, my dad, always been supportive. My manager, Simon, what up? My brother, of course, my family, my friends, everybody that has supported me, even though I already said that. One thing I say, or maybe I just think it to myself, is that like I'm gonna remember everyone who has supported me, and I'm not trying to be cocky, but once I get to up there, and I'm just gonna bless everybody, because that's one of my main goals. But yeah, anyway, shout out to everyone that's helped me, and talk to you guys again soon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Thank you guys for supporting him. Thank you guys for listening. Have a good night. We'll see you guys in a few minutes here.